we're seeing right now, not an overstatement, but a reality. When you promise to reform our healthcare system, make it better for all, and the results and the feedback start coming in, even from the CBO that said 2 million, 2 million less hours worked, or is it jobs overall? Well, why don't we allow Representative Cole and Representative Ellison, Republican, Democrat, respectively, discuss this like they did yesterday on This Week with George Stephanopoulos. Roll it.
About. What the Congressional Budget Office is saying is that we're going to discourage kids having to have latchkey. We're going to have parents being able to come home working reasonable hours. People are going to be able to retire. People might be able to actually cook dinner rather than have to order out and get some takeout. I mean, the fact is that if Americans could have more choices to open up a new business they've been wanting to start, this is a good thing. You know, if you look at international comparisons country by country, Americans work way more than the average of industrialized countries around the world. And, you know, we might want to look at our our work-life balance, and this is something that gives us a great opportunity.
One of the reasons why Americans live better than people around the world, because they do on balance.
Well, what about Germany? What about Denmark? What about, I mean, the fact of the matter is we need a better work-life balance. Ask a working mother, okay, if she could use a few more hours in a day to take care of her family. That's what's really going on.
Great spin. I don't think it's going to work.
It's not going to work, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work when we realize that we will have 2 million fewer people working, and you are going to incentivize dependence. You're forcing people to pay for something, and you are also taking money from one group and applying it to the other and cutting back on productivity. Why is he looking at Germany? What has happened in America that people are starting to look at it? The European model really hasn't produced the economy. Oh, that's exactly the new normal, but we're going to. I'm starting to get it. I'm starting to understand at a particular time. Unfortunately, he also says these things are better health care plans, and another part of his answer, and I would get to that some other time this hour, a little later on. But I want you to think about the fact that they're saying, hey, we got it. We have a social safety net. And everybody's going to be covered. That's what you hear. You even hear Wolf Blitzer telling people that. But you know that it's simply not true. And that it's worse than it was. And the promise was to take care of the 30 million that were, or 40 million uninsured. Yet you're going to end up with the same after spending the amount of money that you've spent. Plus, you're going to put the insurance companies out of business and welcome in single payer. And so what do you have? When 80 to 85% of people were happy with their health insurance. And then when it comes back and the feedback comes back that, oh, guess what? These people won't have health insurance. They've lost their health insurance. It's 2 million, 6 million, whatever it may be. It's just a small group of people. It's always just it's minimizing those. But everybody else has this, and then you look at the numbers and you say, wait a second, no, they don't. You're counting people that you should not count. You haven't confirmed those numbers. And even if you had, they had plans that they were happy with, and they want those plans. But those plans no longer exist. But they were subpar plans, not for the people that chose them. You see, this is all about freedom. And once again, we have somebody telling me and telling you that it's better because, hey, this means we have more time with our families and they don't have to work. They're making the choice for us through their system. Now, with respect, who do you think you are? What are you doing? Do you think this is congruent with the founder's vision at all? No. Are things serious? Yes. And are they taking them seriously enough in Washington? No. But at least they're being exposed for who they are, because they are not interested in your freedom. They are interested in ruling you, and they don't have to live under the laws they pass. It's always somebody else. Sound familiar? Kind of like communism? Interesting, isn't it? Crane Durham's Nothing But Truth. Stephen Camarata, Center for Immigration Studies, next. AFR Talk.